Alright, so I did see these action figures at a toy store in Vegas about 2 weeks ago, but they were like $22.99 or $23.99. And I did really want to get them home, but I was like, you know what, that's like an extra $40 for the set. If I'm just patient and I wait and I find them in the store or I find them online cheaper, do I really need to get these things 2 weeks earlier? Yes, I did pay a little extra to get the Spider-Man set, but that set I was really looking forward to. That was an amazing set of Marvel Legends. This set is also a really good one, but I figured an opportunity to save 40 bucks, I'm going to go ahead and wait. I did. Got them 2 weeks later. I wasn't the first guy to get the review out, but who really cares? Anytime you can save a little money, go ahead and do so. On the set of toys, they got Ebony Maw. Really looking forward to this guy. I was waiting for the Black Order forever. I was like, please make it. And they did a great job. He's a movie figure. You know they put all the love in the movie figure, so I'm looking forward to getting him open. And then we have Ronan, which is basically Hawkeye. Once again, they killed it. It's a movie figure. That's where all their money goes. He should have came with an unmasked head, though. That would be cool. I mean, yeah, you could get a head from somewhere and actually one of those 2-packs because you're going to have an extra one anyway. Put it in there. They already made the head. You think they would have added it in there. Then you have Living Laser, which is basically just another one of their crappy repaints, but it's a crappy repaint that I actually really wanted. It's the new costume, not the old costume, which I actually prefer this one better than the old one. So if I was going to get a Living Laser, this is definitely the one that I wanted. I think he's an amazing repaint. Looking forward to always, anytime I can get a new character in my collection, when you got almost 10,000 action figures, that's like a really cool moment. Then you have Hercules, and I was at San Diego Comic-Con when they announced Hercules, and I was the guy sitting there going, oh man, another Hercules. And then I saw the Hercules and I was like, oh man, alright, I guess I did need another Hercules. And he's a different costume from the original one that I already have, and yes, I will pull that out for a side-by-side comparison. And then you have Captain America. This is definitely the sitter in the set to me. And if you're really stupid, you go ahead and get both of them for you when you get that 2-pack, which is right behind the camera. And you can take all those extra heads and eventually build a whole Avenger team. God, are we suckers or what? They make some weird, crappy suit that's not even cool, and then we build a whole team. Man, they got us. Hook, line, and sinker. The Cap, it's a cool figure. It's just like definitely like the worst one in the set. And this is a pretty solid set. Yeah, Citizen V, basically this is Burnham Zeno when he felt like being a good guy. I don't understand it, but if you want to see a really cool version of that, go see the Avengers Mightiest Heroes, the cartoon. They did this where he's like the leader of the Thunderbolts. Actually a really cool episode. I didn't understand why the bad guys wanted to be good guys. But it's a character that I needed. Now if we could just get the rest of the Thunderbolts, I guess we got Songbird, and that's about it. And then you have Nighthawk. I'm pretty sure this is the guy that Sylvester Stallone was supposed to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm pretty sure it was him. What was the other guy? I'm pretty sure it's him. He's sometimes, I think he's in the Defenders. I think it actually said, yeah, Defenders. It says it right on the back of the package. It's just another crappy repaint. Once again, it's another crappy repaint that I really wanted because we never had this figure in a 6-inch form, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting these open and on the shelf. So let's do that. Alright, so I got them all opened up, got them standing here against the board for you can kind of check the scale of them. And I also have them in order of my favorite to least favorite in the set. And this set, let's go ahead and touch on this real quick. As soon as they started showing like Living Laser, Citizen V, Nighthawk, characters that I didn't have in my collection, you had me. Like, that is where you get me. When you give me characters that I don't have, I am in 100%. Well, I mean, let's be real. I'm in no matter what. Even if you give me a bunch of crap that I already have redone, I'm still in. So if you look at this set overall, you got Ebony Maw down here, brand new character to your collection, brand new sculpt, amazing figure. We will look at these one at a time. And then you have the Build-A-Figure Thanos. This is probably the Thanos that we all really wanted, but we didn't get. We got the one without the armor, and then they thought that we liked it so much, they sold it to us again, which should be illegal to sell us a Build-A-Figure in a 3-pack with 2 other figures that we already have. I didn't get that because I just would feel like a complete idiot if I bought 3 figures that I already bought and it was like $60, $70. That was stupid. But that figure actually looks pretty good. Then you have Ronan, which, once again, he's kind of like a new character, a new figure in your collection, a new one-off sculpt for them, killing it again. Then you have Living Laser right here. It's a body that you already have. It's like 2099 Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure. But it's a character that you don't have. Love that. So that's like my 4th favorite figure in the set. And it's just a repaint. Then you have Citizen V, which is Baron Zemo. I hate the story. I hate how he's like a good guy, bad guy. I like the Thunderbolts. Just the whole thing behind the story is weird. But it's a character that you don't have. I'm really stoked to put him on my shelf. Then you have Nighthawk down here. He's not a great action figure, but it's a new character and I like him. And then you have Hercules, which is weird that he's so far down on my list because that is an amazing character. Like, they absolutely killed it. It's an all brand new sculpt. I'm actually looking forward for them to do repaints of that because it's so well done. We'll take a look at him. Then you have the Captain America in this suit. Like, the suit's actually supposed to be white. It's not supposed to be silver. It's I don't know, man. It's like nobody ever asked for this, but we got it and we bought it because I don't know. That's what we do. Let's check him out. Standing here with the rest of the Black Order, at least of the rest of the Black Order that I've opened. I do have the other one in a 2-pack sitting right behind me in the chair, but that's for a review later on the week because these videos are already way too long. So this is pretty much a perfect action figure. I got really no complaints about this. This is exactly what he looked like in the movie. It's an absolutely amazing action figure. It's original one-off sculpt. He's super tall. I love everything about this. 0 accessories. That kind of sucks. I don't know what kind of accessory they could have given us. Maybe like a big chunk of a rock or something, or steel to wrap up Doctor Strange. Or they could have given us something. They chose not to. I mean, they're usually weak in the accessory department anyways. But this is what an action figure looks like when they have time to like see the movie, see what he's actually going to look like. Then they get him perfect. Then you take her. This is close to what she looked like in the movie, but not quite. They missed it a little bit. And then he's way off. He didn't look like this in the movie. He doesn't look like this in the comics, but he's still an amazing action figure, and I'm really glad to have those in my collection. Let's take a closer look at him. As far as articulation goes, I already went through the figure. There's absolutely nothing new on here that you haven't seen on other action figures that you already have in your collection. The ab crunch is really cool. I like how they hid that. He does kind of have the stress, so it can kind of limit his articulation on that, and the rest of it's just basic. It's, you know, double elbow, the bicep swivel, everything that you're used to on a Marvel Legends. The sculpt on this, they absolutely killed it. The paint, they could have did a little bit more, I think, but I'm happy with it. It's a $20 action figure, and they've led us to believe that $20 action figures are actually cheap nowadays. The head sculpt on it is actually pretty clean. There is like lines and seam lines, but what Marvel Legends don't have that. It could be sharpened up a little bit, but like, again, $20 is like these days a cheap action figure. He does do that hand thing to where you can kind of do the pose, and of course you're going to pose him like that because how else would you pose him? He's an amazing action figure. I love him to death. They hit this. All right, then you have the Build-A-Figure Thanos. And 9 times out of 10, the Build-A-Figure is usually my favorite figure in the set, but this would be the 1 time out of 10 that it's actually not, and it's the second favorite figure in the set. Reason being is because we've already got this Thanos. We got this Thanos. I like this action figure, but this is the action figure that we really wanted. This is the one that we got. For some reason, he looks fat, and this one looks skinny. Maybe he lost some weight over time. It's weird because you think that the armor one would be fat and the one without armor would, but I don't know. Enough about that. You can see the gauntlets are the same. This one's painted dark. This one's painted light. It's weird that the gauntlet is not battle damaged. Obviously, he gets that fixed in the movie. I don't know how that works out. Like, why is this thing not battle damaged? And Why did we not get one that was battle damage? Could you imagine if they would have given us like an extra gauntlet that was battle damaged in that 3-pack, and then you would have had something cool? Man, if they would have did that, I might actually would have bought that thing. So you can see that I don't have the Thanos in the 3-pack because I'm not stupid and I like my money just a little bit, and I didn't feel like wasting $60, $70 on 3 figures that I already had. That would be horrible. So the color difference, I don't think that was on purpose. That's just kind of how it went out. The color of the Thanos is actually different. This is a darker purple. This is a lighter purple. I actually like the lighter purple a little bit better. This one, the head looks like a California raisin. This one looks like he has to take a shit really bad, which is kind of cool. Hopefully he gets really bad in the trailer. I mean, he's got the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know what he has to get mad about. He can pretty much destroy anybody. And then for some reason he has this weapon that kind of looks like a prop off of an airplane, which is cool because, spoiler alert, he's going to cut off Captain Marvel's head with this thing. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking because she kind of, God, whatever. That's a whole different story. You can see there's tons of sculpted detail on this weapon. No paint detail at all, which kind of sucks. They could have did like some kind of little battle damage in nicks or dings with a little highlight or a little brush or something. They chose not to. The action figure itself, once again, God, they always kill it with the sculpt and they drop it with the paint. Like, there's so much like a little black wash on this to bring out some of this line work. Well, the kid killed it. The articulation on this, I don't need to go over too much other than the fact that there's no ankle pivot. Why would you do an action figure this day and age with no ankle pivot? Like, that's, I don't understand that. Like, there's like nothing there at all. It's weird. There's no bicep swivel. There was a bicep swivel on this one, but now there's not. But that doesn't bother me. The lack of articulation on this thing, I don't really play with my action figures. I don't really pose them much. I kind of put the majority of these things in vanilla poses for they actually stand long term, and that's pretty much it. I do love this action figure. This is the Thanos that I've always wanted. Now we finally got it. I was really looking forward to it. Yes, it's another Thanos, but this is the Thanos that I wanted. Alright, then you have this Ronin, which is my 3rd favorite action figure in the set. And he really shouldn't be because he's kind of a boring character and it's basically just Hawkeye in a different suit. It's just the fact that they did it. Like, and they did a great job doing it. That's why he's so high up on my list. Even though, like, I'm sitting here going, well, looking at the figures behind it. And then I'm like, yeah, he is. He's my 3rd favorite action figure in the set. And it's not even that he's like the first Ronin action figure that you have in Marvel Legends, because we do have the comic book version, or at least I hope you do. A lot of you new collectors might need to get on eBay and pick a couple of these things up. You know, you definitely need to cut on eBay and pick a couple of these up. So this is the comic book version of Ronin, and here's the movie version of Ronin. You can kind of see, you know, they're similar. This one has nunchucks, the new one doesn't, but this one has throwing stars and those don't. They all have the sword, except for this one used to come with a really cool sword, which is basically just Deadpool's sword. You know how they do it. And then over here you have the other Hawkeyes. You have, like, I think the first costume, the second costume, and then you have the Ronin costume, which just is, I love it. It's really cool. He has the throwing star effect hand. He also has the other hand that can hold a sword if you'd rather do this, but they don't do this very often. So this is mandatory. It's supposed to be on clear plastic, but they did an overspray, so it's not really clear. The whole thing's kind of silver, which kind of sucks. I guess I could clean it up, but that's definitely not going to happen because I'm going to put him on the shelf with 10 other action figures, and you're really not going to notice overspray that much. Here's the bottom side of the hand. God, I love it. I love it when they do this. This is like the favorite thing. When they give you an extra hand with that option, it's just really super cool. He does come with 2 swords. He comes with the short sword. He also comes with a long sword, and that thing goes inside of the holder. The sword, I mean, they threw a little detail on there. These are new swords, of course, because it's movie stuff, and they love spending all their money on the movie stuff. I keep saying it, but it's true. I kind of wish they could spend this kind of money on the comic book stuff. You put it back here in a sleeve, and it holds it. Actually, the small sword fits in there better than the big sword. Yeah, go figure. It's kind of like that a lot around here. The hood does come off. I don't know why you would want to take it off. The jacket also comes off, which I'm not going to take off because that would take up too much time, and this video is already way too long. You can take the head off and put the head on it, from the 2-pack, which would be kind of a cool option, but I'm going to wait to see the movie, see how he comes in. He might only have this costume on for like 5 seconds of one scene. I don't know yet because I haven't seen the movie yet, but I did buy tickets today. Hopefully you guys did too. Otherwise, this movie in my town is going to be sold out for like a week. So I'll be going Thursday night, and then I'll talk about it, and I'll try not to give too many spoilers away if it's still early. Brand new figure, brand new sculpt, kind of a brand new character. Really happy to have it. My 4th favorite figure in the set. Let's get to the next one. Then you have my 4th favorite figure in the set, this Living Laser. He's just a crappy repaint of this figure right here. And the reason why I say crappy is because this guy has the spikes on the forearms, and they did it, like, come on, dude, you couldn't like use somebody else's forearms? I don't understand that. Like, at least give us new forearms. This one has fisted hands, like you think he would have like open hands to where he's like kind of like throwing electricity or something. They give us the same crappy electricity they did with Storm and maybe Thor, and I don't know, everything about it screams that it sucks. But at the same time, I love this figure to death because it's the first time ever getting a 6-inch Living Laser in my action figure collection. And God, man, that is my soft spot. When you have this many action figures, and then you can put a figure in your collection that you've never gotten before, it's like action figure magic, at least in my toy room. I love the pink plastic that they used. I definitely like this costume better than the other costume, and now that I got this one, I kind of want them to make another Living Laser for I could have it in like the old school costume, but I'm happy for now. Maybe they can, like, I don't know, finish off with Fighter Inhumans. But here he is, articulation. You've seen it all before, except for the head that doesn't really move at all because of the neck piece. But what did you expect? I'm totally cool with it. It's a then you have this Baron Zemo, or Oops, Citizen V. Which, once again, if he looks really familiar, that's probably because you got 50 of these action figures in your toy room right now and you don't even realize it. This is the most used action figure body they've ever used, the cap, buck, mold, whatever. Yeah, even has the same boots, and he's got like the forearms from, what is it, Daredevil? So, I mean, I guess they mixed it up. There's not a lot of new here. The head sculpt is new, or at least the mask part is new. The cape is new. I absolutely love the cape to death. And the sword is, I think we're going to see this again in the near future. No love on the paint on this action figure. I mean, they did do a little black wash on the wristbands, but that's about it. Articulation, we'll pull out a Bucky cap, which you have plenty of those, or half of your action figures, and you will know the articulation is probably the same as Nighthawk, right, sitting back there behind him. I went ahead and pulled out the Baron Zemos and the Songbird back there in the back, which I've already reviewed her. She's the only member to the Thunderbolt team that you have, so now we have 2 members to another team that they'll probably never complete. I really wish they would complete some of these teams. When they do, that's like the magic of my collection, and it gives me nerdwood every time. Then we have Nighthawk, my 6th favorite figure in the set. He's just another reuse. I mean, really a reuse. He does have new hands. The forearms, okay, I think the forearms might be new also. The head sculpt is definitely new, and the cape is new. I think they killed it on the cape. I mean, that's just Nighthawk cape perfection. It would be cool if you could like do something with the cape, like pose that up in like a flying pose, like this guy, like he can do like one pose with him, and that's about it. And that's like the one vanilla pose that I would probably do anyways. The articulation, you should know how it works by now because you've got plenty of these action figures in your collection. The paint on that bird is like, it's all right. It is crisp, but it just looks a little off. He's Nighthawk. He's like in the Defenders for like 5 seconds. He's a cool character. He's a new one in your collection. I love him. He's nothing great, but he is a new character in your collection. So if you think I complain a lot on this channel when I do these reviews, you should see me at Comic-Con when they do the Hasbro panel and they start doing some of the reveals, and then one of the reveals is Hercules, and I'm sitting in my seat going, oh my God, another Hercules. We already have Hercules. It's like all Hasbro does is go on eBay, see which figure's going for like $100, then they remake those instead of figures that we don't already have, even though they did make a lot of figures that we don't already have. enough about the complaining. Let's get on to this Hercules. I actually really used to like the old Hercules until we got the new Hercules, and now it's like, all right, you guys are right. We needed a new Hercules. Not to mention that it's got a totally different costume, even though I like this costume with the Jesus sandals or the Jesus boots, whatever you want to call those, better than this one. This one has a little mini skirt on. This one has some more modern pants on. This one used to be a man because he has a cool haircut. This one has a man bun. Yeah, Hercules has a man bun. Next, are they going to give Thor a man bun? So this is like old school, like I'm a man Hercules, this is man bun Hercules. Not really a big fan of the man bun, especially when one guy does it and then 1,000 other guys follow. Like, dude, you're just following the trend. It's kind of like everybody collecting action figures, I guess. Alright, let's take a close look at him. He does come with extra hands. He's got fisted hands, which why would you use those? Because then he can't hold these really cool weapons that he comes with. He does have all this really cool painted on hair, which they don't usually do it that good, but this time they absolutely killed it. No back hair for some reason, so he obviously shaves his back, or he has his old lady does it, at least that's what I do. And you know, you let this grow out, little stylish manscape on there. The strap does come off, but why would you want to do that? Because then you got to look at all this manliness, which I guess that might not be a bad thing if you're into that. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and keep the strap on there. This thing is absolutely a perfect action figure. They hit this thing out of the park. Everything about this is cool. The head sculpt is perfect. It looks just like him. This body mold, brand new, looks really good. I love these little gauntlets on them. This little texture on the pants. They absolutely killed this action figure. As far as the articulation goes, there's absolutely nothing new here. You've seen it all before. He does come with this ab crunch, but this is not my favorite ab crunch. This is actually, I always prefer this ab crunch over this ab crunch. I don't know, maybe it wouldn't have worked, maybe it would have worked. But this is not my favorite ab crunch, but I'm not going to knock him for that because he's still a really cool action figure. He's got weapon storage on the back. You can put, which is cool. The old one also has weapon storage where you can put that in there, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. So back here, it's weird. You have like a slit for like weapon storage, which actually fits nice and loose, and then you have another one which is round, and it's actually really tight. I'm trying to think of what this could relate to, like in real life. Like you got a really small, tight round hole that's really tight, and then you have a slotted hole like in the front that's wow, it just slides right in. That's crazy how that works. And this one, man, you can't really, hold on. Now see, oh yeah, that did it. Now it go, okay, so spit on it and it'll get in the tight round hole. The front, the slotted hole. Well, enough about the weapon storage. Here's a Hercules. He's a perfect action figure. They killed it. This whole set, man, I really don't have much complaints at all. They actually look really good. So this is another case where they make the action figure a little premature because obviously the suit is supposed to be white. We've all seen it in the trailer and the pictures. It's white. This suit is silver. I actually think the silver is kind of cooler than the white. The white, I'm not buying it. So I'm not upset that it's silver and not white. I understand why they did it. That was kind of out of their hands. I did pull out the other Captain Americas to compare them with, and one of the things that is weird, like in the trailer, it seems like when they have these suits on, they don't have the mask on. So I'm not real sure how to display these. Should I display these suits with the masked or unmasked heads? I don't know. After the movie, then I'll know. So now I'm like running through all my spare heads, trying to see what heads will fit on what characters. Should they have masks on? Should they not? It's confusing as hell, but it won't be here come, what, April 25th? Because, man, I'm looking forward to that. So you can pop this head off. You can put the bearded head on him, but he doesn't have a beard in the movie, so that kind of sucks. And then if you have this one, which I'm pretty sure this is a comic book head, this doesn't fit on there because it has a small peg. And then if you want to take this unbearded Captain America head and put it on there, it also doesn't fit. Why can't they make all of these pegs the same size? Like, they're different sizes. Like, I don't get it. So it's like, I tried to put this one on that other body, I don't think this one would fit, so I had to put the smirk face on him. It's like, let's take a look at that real quick. Sorry, the dog's just going to be barking in the tail end of the video. So if you look in here, you can see one is bigger than the other. Why do they do that? Of course I can drill it out, but I just shouldn't have to do customizing stuff like that. They should make all of these the same size, male, female, whatever. Make them all small, make them all big. Why do they make different size? That really like bothers me. So you can only fit the heads with the big hole to fit on the big ball and put that on there, and I don't know. So we'll see. I'm not real sure how I'm going to display it yet. Enough about that. Let's go ahead and check him out. The shield looks a little different than this shield. It's like this one has, it's like it's a totally different shield. You kind of see the differences. I'm not real sure how that's going to work out. Here's this quantum suit. At least we're thinking it's a quantum suit. He's got that blue thing on the hand that we've all seen and wondered what that was. They actually did a really good job on this. It's like an original one-off sculpt, at least until you buy like 6 or 8 of these, and then he's really not that original one-off sculpt. I do have the 2-pack of this, and then I'll crack that open and we'll swatch some heads out and see how it looks. And I, dumbass, actually bought 2 of those and 2 of these. It is what it is. This is by far my least action figure in the whole set, which even still they killed it on this. He looks pretty good. I mean, this is what he looks like in the movie other than the color. Well, it's close enough to the movie. That's it. I'm going to group them all together real quick just so you can see them together, which you kind of already did, but this will be a little bit different. Final thoughts on this set. I hate to be on Marvel Legends or Hasbro's nuts. I usually like when I'm sitting here going, man, this line kind of sucks. That is not the case this time. This line is absolutely amazing. I love it to death. They hit it out of the park. You got 8 action figures. 7 of them are characters that you don't have, or at least new costumes that you didn't have. If that's the case, 8 out of 8 are brand new, because even the Hercules is a different costume. You get tons of comic book selection. Yeah, they didn't give us a whole lot of love, but that's basically what the characters look like, and so I'm happy with that. And the movie figures, God, they gave us all the figures that we kind of wanted. I really like this set. They killed it. Thanks for watching.